All right, kicking off the main card for Cage Warriors 113, coming at you this Friday from Manchester, England, not London. Card move, Graham Boylan, A+ stars to you. Listen, this fight at lightweight between Paddy Pimblett and Decky Dalton, one of the more interesting fights on the card. And in terms of the odds, Paddy Pimblett's a -355 favorite. Decky Dalton coming in on short notice, a +270 underdog. It's weird because Decky Dalton fought earlier on in this month. He fought March 7th, won the Cage Conflict featherweight title. He's won his last 4 fights, 3 of them by submission, all of those wins in the first round, but his combined opponent's record in those 4 wins is 13-33-1. He's one of those fighters that's pretty slick. He has a decent ground game, and we do know that, not just from those submission wins. He's also faced off in his career against Jonathan Brookins, former Ultimate Fighter winner, beat Michael Johnson, Peter Queally, and Zach Zane, who's, of course, now with Bellator. And Matt, this is a guy that comes from Fight Academy Ireland, trains with Paul Hughes and Joe McLogan, who are also on this card. Matt, that's enough said for Decky Dalton. What do we know about Paddy Pimblett?
Oh, we know Paddy Pimblett's probably the best submission artist in all of Europe right now. When you go back and look at some of his performances, just purely based on the ability in which he's able to pull off some of these submissions. I know Soren Beck was able to somehow get out of a fully put-in rear naked choke, but Soren Beck probably has the best submission defense we've seen in a very long time. Decky Dalton, if you're a grappler trying to submit a much better grappler, you're going to have a really hard time. And when it comes down to striking, Dalton hasn't really shown anything that's going to give Pimblett a lot of problems. The only guy who was able to give Pimblett a lot of problems in recent memory was, of course, that back fight.
Even in the Alexis Savitas fight, which a lot of people like to point to because he had that flying arm triangle,
cool.
it was great to see. But Alexis Savitas in that first round, it was a great fight by both guys. And even in the second, Savitas got him in some bad position.
You can out-volume Paddy Pimblett because he's not very good on his back foot. If you can get him up against the cage, he kind of has that Kelvin Gastelum situation where Kelvin Gastelum, he's in the middle of the cage. He's really dangerous. He's good at everything. But once you get him up against the cage, defensively, he just isn't the best. And Paddy Pimblett kind of has that same problem. But it's hard to fight Paddy Pimblett on a full training camp, knowing everything that you're going to know. Going in on less than a week's notice, trying to fight him, coming off a fight this month, it's just a lot to ask for one guy. So I feel like overwhelmingly Paddy Pimblett's going to get this done.
And like I said from the start, I mean, Paddy Pimblett -355 favorite, Decky Dalton setting it at +270. If we look over on Tapology, out of 191 votes, 94% of fans going with Paddy Pimblett, 72 predicting a submission. And it's interesting, Matt, because the last time we saw Paddy Pimblett was in that fight against Soren Bach way back when in Liverpool, August 2018. Since then, he's, injuries have forced him out. He's had 5 total canceled bouts. I think the most egregious of them was when you had Joe Giannetti stepping in on short notice, missed weight, and then called out Paddy Pimblett. It was weird. But we've had 3 different bookings for this fight. This is the 3rd, and Decky Dalton ultimately stepping up to the plate to take on the ever-dangerous Paddy Pimblett. But I agree with you, Matt. In terms of a submission artist taking on a submission artist, and one of them being such high level.
Exactly. It's like when Gunnar Nelson fought Daniel Maia. Like, you might be really good, but this guy's great at his one thing.
So in terms of Cage Warriors 113, you're not going to want to miss the rest of our predictions, 2-minute predictions for the main card, and that one special featured prelim. Perry Goodwin taking on Steve Amable here with Fight Night Picks, Matt. Let's get into it.